This is Spain, 1,080 years after the coming of Christ. It is a war-torn, unhappy land, half Christian, half Moor. This is the time and the story of Rodrigo Diaz of Bivar, known to history and to legend as El Cid, the Lord. He was a simple man who became Spain's greatest hero. He rose above religious hatreds and called upon all Spaniards, whether Christian or Moor, to face a common enemy who threatened to destroy their land of Spain. This enemy was gathering his savage forces across the Mediterranean Sea on the north shores of Africa. He was the African emir, Ben Yusuf.
Has commanded us to rule the world. Where in all your land of Spain is the glory of Allah? When men speak of you, they speak of poets, music makers, doctors, scientists. Where are your warriors? You dare call yourselves sons of the Prophet? You have become women. Burn your books. Make warriors of your poets. Let your doctors invent new poisons for our arrows. Let your scientists invent new war machines. And then, kill. Burn. Infidels live on your frontiers. Encourage them to kill each other. And when they are weak and torn, I will sweep up from Africa. And thus the empire of the one God, the true God Allah.
Allah is the one God.
Will spread. First, across Spain, then across Europe, then the whole world.
And in darkness. Once again they destroy our towns and take our people in bondage. Please help us, Father. Send us someone who will take us to the light.
Father, here, come.
Couldn't save your village, but we captured their leaders.
Who are you?
Rodrigo Diaz of Bivar.
Bivar? You're a long way from home. Sir, you are not dressed for battle.
This was to have been my wedding day, Father.
How is it you came here, my son?
I thought this would be the shortest road to my bride.
We're ready, my lord. Should we hang them now?
No, Fanyas. They come to Bivar with us.
Welcome home, my son.
Here are some Moorish prisoners for you.
We didn't expect such wedding guests. Are you holding them for tribute?
They're your prisoners, sir.
They're yours. You captured them. You must decide what is to be done.
Hang them! Now!
We are ready. King. There will be a great ransom for you if you let us live.
You were ready enough to kill. It would seem you're less ready to die.
I am ready, my lord Rodrigo. I have no great desire to live to see what is coming for all of us.
What is coming for all of us?
Wars, death, and destruction. Blood and fire, more terrible than has ever been seen by living man.
Don Diego, I will take your prisoners back to the king at Burgos.
They are not my prisoners. They are my sons.
Oh, forgive me, Don Rodrigo. Then it will be your prisoners we will hang in the palace square at Burgos. We will hang their bodies high as an example to
Count Ordóñez, these prisoners will not go to Burgos.
The king will be just as pleased if you hang them here.
We've been killing them for years. What has it brought us? Peace?
Hang me and my sons will not rest, while a single Christian remains alive in Bivar.
What other way is there to treat the Moors?
Do you want these people to live in fear the rest of their lives? Antonio, do you want to see your church burned too? Your villages destroyed? Then kill them.
Don Diego, tell your son that it is treason to refuse to turn over prisoners to an officer of the king.
Rodrigo knows what he must do.
Do you solemnly pledge never again to attack King Ferdinand's country?
I do. Among our people, we have a word for a warrior with the vision to be just and the courage to be merciful. We call such a man El Cid. I, Mutamin, Emir of Saragossa, pledge eternal friendship to the Cid of Bivar and allegiance to his sovereign lord, King Ferdinand of Castile. May Allah strike the eyes from my head and the flesh from my bones if I break this pledge. In the name of Allah.
In the name of Allah.
In the name of Ferdinand, King of Castile and Asturias, I charge you with treason. Within 7 days, you will appear before the king at Burgos to answer these charges.
You did take the shortest road, my son. Not to your bride, but to your destiny. God sent you to us, my son. God has sent you.
Rodrigo! But I did hear a sound. He should have been here by now. Why is he so late?
He is not late, my lady. He was to be here at sundown. It's barely noon.
Yes. You don't really understand how love keeps time. Later means sooner, sundown means noon. Still, a man on a horse can move only so fast, no matter how much the man is in love.
Yes, my lady.
All night long I kept thinking, oh, the Moors have ambushed him. Oh, yes, he's been attacked by a madman. He's fallen ill. They say all women in love are tormented that way because they don't dare believe that such happiness can really be theirs. Oh, help me, please.
The gown is very beautiful.
Your Highness is very gracious. It is not often we are so honored.
No, it is not an ordinary day. Then you have not heard. There has been news. Oh, yes.
News of Rodrigo, Your Highness?
Of Rodrigo. The gown is so beautiful.
Your Highness. Your Highness. Can you tell me what has happened to Rodrigo?
Yes, I can tell you. You knew that Rodrigo was on his way here?
Yes.
That there was a battle? You knew that there was a battle with the Moors?
Rodrigo's been hurt.
No, Rodrigo's alive and well. You love him so much.
Two names. My father and Rodrigo.
Chimene, you are my only child. I had no wife. You alone can carry my blood. I should have had a son.
But Rodrigo will be your son.
No. You're young. You can learn to love again.
Could I learn to love another father?
It is not the same. There are others. Chimene! Chimene!
Don Garcia Ordóñez, tell me what has happened. You have always been a good friend.
I would be more to you, Chimene, if you would let me.
You know that can never be.
It can now.
Why now?
Could you love a traitor, Ximene?
Since I love Rodrigo, the question can never have meaning.
It has meaning now. Rodrigo is a traitor.
I do not believe you.
There were others who were there.
I do not believe them.
I am the one who brought the charges against him. He is to be tried for treason against the king.
You would do anything to hurt Rodrigo?
No. I would do anything to win you.
Ximene, what if these charges are true?
They are not true.
But there are many who saw it.
They did not know what they saw.
You will see for yourself, Ximene.
His Majesty, Don Ferdinand, the King our Lord, King of Castile, Leon, and Asturias. And the Infantas, Prince Sancho, Prince Alfonso, and the Princess Donna Urraca. You have been gathered here at this court to give your solemn advice in a matter of great import to the crown. Garcia Ordóñez has invoked the charge of treason against Rodrigo of Bivar.
Shouldn't have come.
Then I'll go.
Another moment.
Oh, forever. Besides, there is no danger.
No danger.
No.
Listen to me.
It doesn't matter. Because I know you're not guilty.
You don't even know what I've done.
No. But I know it was not treason. What did you do?
I let a man live. 5 men.
But how can they call that treason? Who are these 5 men? Moors? You let Moors live. Why?
I'm not sure it was right. I don't know. I think it was... It happened strangely. I was on my way to you. I can't even remember where I was. There must have been roads, trees, and people. All I remember is your face. There was a battle. I fought, too. My heart wasn't in my sword. I kept seeing your face. Suddenly, I thought, why are we killing each other? True, they're Moors, we're Christians. Shemaine, do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes, but there always have been wars between us.
I know. Always. You don't think, then, we could live in peace?
This is not a charge I would bring lightly against any man. Especially a man who in a short time was to be my son. But a man who flees the enemies of the king, son or no son, I must call such a man traitor.
Sire, he slurs the honor of our family. This cannot be. I, too, was once the king's champion.
That was many years ago, Don Diego. Perhaps it would be better to leave the matter in our hands.
No, sire. There were things said here which cannot be forgotten, even in this royal assembly. Count Gomez of Oviedo, when you call my son a traitor, I say you lie.
I am the king's champion. I would not want to shame my sword with an old man's blood. Yet no man could call me a liar. Liar!
I don't really understand, Rodrigo. I only know if it grew out of our love, it must be right.
What do you want?
You shamed my father. I want his name back. But not the way you left it. I want it clean, so we can once more wear it proudly.
I cannot apologize. It is not that I do not want to. I do not know how to.
People will only esteem you the more for it. Everyone will understand.
I have told you no. Go home, Rodrigo.
I ask nothing for myself. I humble myself before you. Have pity on a proud old man.
I have no pity for those who have outlived the usefulness of their lives.
Count. I beg you. See? 2 words are all I ask. Can you not say, forgive me?
I cannot. I will not. Now go.
Don't make me stain my life and Germain's with your blood.
Go home, Rodrigo. No one will think the less of you for not having stood up against the king's own champion.
Thomas! I will ask you only this last time.
I see that courage and honor are not dead in Castile. And now I remember why I once thought you were worthy of my Germain. Go home, Rodrigo. What glory is there for the king's champion in killing someone like you?
Can a man live without honor?
No.
Now, Count. Now I am satisfied.
Father. Father. Father.
Avenge me, as my son would. Don't let me die. Unavenged. Unavenged.
I didn't seek your father's life, Shanae.
No. But you knew he could only answer the way he did. And you were prepared to kill him. You bought your honor with my sorrow.
There was no other way for me. The man you chose to love could do only what I did.
Why did you come, Rodrigo? Did you think the woman you chose to love could do less than you?
I tried not to come. I tried. I told my love it had no right to live. But my love won't die.
Kill it.
You kill it! Tell me you don't love me.
I cannot. Not yet. But I will make myself worthy of you, Rodrigo. I will learn to hate you.
Donna Shemaine, daughter of the late Count Gormaz of Oviedo, the king's lamented champion.
Donna Shemaine, never was there a moment when we needed your father more. His death is a great loss to us.
And never did I regret more deeply that I am his daughter and not his son.
I will not stand on ceremony, Ferdinand. 3 times I have written you on the matter of the city of Kalahara and have received no answer. The city of Kalahara belongs to Aragon, and I've come to claim it.
Kalahara has always been a part of Castile. His Majesty King Ferdinand of Castile, Leon, and Asturias denies these claims.
Ramiro, King of Aragon, by the grace of God, does this day challenge Ferdinand, King of Castile, Leon, and Asturias, to meet him in battle on the plains of Calahorra with all the forces he can command. To the victor in this battle and to his heirs, the city of Calahorra shall belong forever.
No. All Spain is threatened by the Moors. What could give greater comfort to the enemy but to see 2 Christian kings and their Christian armies tear each other to bits? Why not then let the fate of Kalahorra be determined by the outcome of a single combat between your champion and mine? We know why you have chosen this moment to press your claim. Our champion is dead. The gauntlet lies there. Let one man come forward now, or give up Kalahorra.
Lord King! Let me take up this gauntlet, sire.
Why should we entrust the fate of a city to your inexperienced hands?
It was I who killed your champion, sire. What man has a better claim to his place?
Don Martin has killed 27 men in single combat. You know that.
Yes. Yes, sire, I know that.
Why, then, would you risk your life in this way?
I stand accused of treason, sire. And of other things. I've not been permitted to answer these charges. You've not judged me. Let me now offer myself before the highest judge. If I'm guilty, God will direct Don Martin's lance to my heart. If I'm innocent, let him be my shield.
He's never fought before.
He is strong, Father.
A city, a whole city is at stake.
He defeated our champion.
How do we know it wasn't from behind and in the dark? There were no witnesses?
That is not Rodrigo's way.
Let him fight, Father. He has much to fight for.
Rodrigo of Bivar, take up the gauntlet.
And may God give you strength.
May God give me strength.
Why have you come to this place at this hour?
We have come to do battle for the city of Calahorra.
Will you fight to the death, giving no quarter and receiving none?
We will.
Go then, and fight for Calahorra.
Don Martin! Don Martin, you have always been my father's enemy. Will you be his avenger? Will you wear my colors?
My lady, who would not be proud to wear your colors? I promise you that he who has offended you shall die.
Until your triumph, my color will be black.
Rodrigo, the champion of Castile cannot go into combat without a lady's colors.
My lady. Almighty God, now the hour of my ordeal has come. Judge me, and let all men know my guilt or innocence.
Do you think Don Martin will kill Rodrigo?
I hope he does, Your Highness.
I'm sure you will understand why I do not join you in that hope. After all, we would lose a city.
does Kalahora belong?
Kalahora belongs to Ferdinand and to Castile.
fit to give me strength, sire.
Never have I seen a man fight with greater courage. Our Lord was surely with you. Who can now deny that the charges brought against you were false? We are deeply in your debt, Rodrigo. You will be my champion.
Your colors are no longer black.
Until my father is avenged, my colors will be deepest black. Someone will avenge me. Someone will yet come forward.
No. Believe me, Ximena. Not one knight in all Castile will risk his life against Rodrigo. He has become too dangerous.
Then why have you come to me, Don Garcia?
This is not just a momentary anger. You really want Rodrigo's death.
You would fight Rodrigo?
Not fight. Kill him. I could fight him. It's not a question of courage. Before I first saw you, I was ready to throw my life away, but not now, Ximena.
To kill him. How?
I want your love, Ximena. More than I want honor, glory, wealth. You understand a love like that?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Then I will kill him.
Oh, Father. Why did you leave me such a burden?
Rodrigo of Bivar, you are hereby our own champion and the first knight of the realm. With this sword, may you vanquish all our enemies.
My lieges, for the first time in generations, our Moorish vassals have refused to pay us tribute. They have been stirred into unrest by the Moors of Africa. An expedition, therefore, must be sent to collect that tribute. This expedition will be your first task.
May I prove worthy, sire.
Our son Sancho will go with you.
May I too prove worthy, Father?
Sire, this will be the first expedition of our prince. Could I too accompany him?
You have our permission, Count Ordonez. Spare our son Sancho no hardship or danger, but teach him also that peace, not war, is the real task of a king.
Lord King, by ancient custom, when a lord deprives a lady of her support, he is himself required to give her shelter. I killed that lady's father. Therefore, if by God's will I return alive from this mission, will you give me Dona Ximena of Gomas as my lawful wife to provide for and protect as her father would have done?
Yes, Rodrigo.
Let there be an end to this hatred. The marriage will take place on your return. Donna Shemaine will hold herself in readiness.
In nomine Patris et Filius et Spiritus Sancti. Amen.
This is the man you hoped Don Martin would kill. This is the man whose death you sought.
Yes, Your Highness.
Would you then still accept this marriage?
If it is the king's order, I must obey.
My Lord Seed.
You came in good time this day.
Praise be to Allah. You were betrayed by one of your own, my Lord Seed.
Betrayed by a Christian, saved by a Moor. You've earned the enmity of your people.
It was no more than my Seed did for me.
If ever you have need of me.
If ever you have need of me.
My Seed, before I die, I want you to know that the woman you love offered herself to me, if I would kill you.
Kill him! Kill him! He betrayed us!
No. Let him go.
They will say I was too soft.
You will soon be a king. You must learn to think like one. Any man can kill. Only a king can give life. I want no more blood in my marriage.
Vis accipere cimenam hic presentem, in tuam legitimam uxorem, justa ritum Sancte Matris Ecclesiae?
Volo.
Ximena, vis excipere Rodericum hic presentem, in tuum legitimum maritum, justa ritum Sancte Matris Ecclesiae?
Volo.
Benedicat vobis Dominus nostrum, de cor vestrum sinceri amori operet nexu perpetuum.
Will my lady take a little wine? It is a very good wine, especially brought from Bivar.
I thank you, Fanyets. No.
All night long you've been telling my lady how good everything is, because it comes from Bivar.
Well, it is good. You will see for yourself, my lady, when you come to Bivar. It is such a happy place.
Is it, Fanyets?
Oh, yes, my lady. It's impossible to be there without feeling it.
I think my lord and lady must be tired.
Yes.
Good night, my lord, my lady.
Good night, and may this night be the most of... may you have... Good night, my lord and lady. Good night.
Since I've taken the vows of wife, and since there must be nothing hidden between man and wife, there is something I wish to tell you.
Sometimes it's best to leave a little something hidden, even between man and wife.
They say each unspoken thought becomes a small ghost.
We have room for a few small ghosts.
I knew Donets would betray you. We planned your death together.
Shemaine, I knew you'd planned to kill me. Ordonez told me. I never hoped our marriage would bring your love back quickly. I did hope it would end your hate and then somehow... Shemaine.
Do you know why I married you, Rodrigo? It was the only way left for me to avenge my father. It is true that if you want me, it is your right as my husband to take me. But you will never get a woman's love from me.
Perhaps we have wounded each other too deeply.
Shemaine. Is it our Shemaine?
Yes, Reverend Mother. It's Shemaine.
Why have you come back to us?
I've come to find peace, Mother.
After all that has happened to you, the peace you seek is not within these walls. You were made for the world, Shemaine. One day you will want to go back to it. But you may remain with us until you feel you must leave.
Why did they not hail me king? Because you are not the king. The kingdom has been divided. Father proclaimed before he died that Castile is yours, but Asturias and Leon go to me.
No!
And to our sister Urraca, the walled city of Calahorra.
No! I am the eldest. It is my birthright. The kingdom will not be divided.
can't stop it now. I am King of Asturias and Leon. I won't let you stand in my way.
I am the eldest son. I'll have the triple crown or none at all.
Then let it be none at all.
It's you and your Raka against me. Father was old. She worked on him.
You're no better than we are. Just because you're the firstborn. You and our sister. It was always you and our sister. You held her too close. You covered her. You lied.
He thought he could be king. And sure is. Accompany His Highness to his new kingdom, the dungeon of Zamora.
Give me your prisoner, or must I take him?
There are 13 of us, and you're alone.
What you do is against God's law. Were you 13 times 13, I would not be alone.
kind of a man are you?
Come. We'll go to your sister at Calaora.
Valencia, in the name of Allah.
And the time came when Ben Yusuf rode to Valencia to secure the aid of the frightened Moorish king Al-Qadir. He had to make certain that he could land his mighty armada on the shores of Spain.
All of you!
My Lord Ben Yusuf, what an honor. What an honor.
Allah be praised. Our moment has come. King Ferdinand has died, and the two young kings have quarreled.
Allah in his wisdom has willed it so.
And now Allah will ordain it so that one Christian brother will kill another Christian brother.
How will this happen?
He will do the killing. The word will spread that brother has killed brother.
There will be confusion, revolution. The kingdom will be torn in two, and then, when they are most weak, I will bring my legions from Africa.
A master strategy.
When I land, they may attack you here at Valencia. If they do, you will hold Valencia. Do you understand me?
Yes, my lord, I understand.
I will leave my guards with you to make certain you understand.
Don't let him take me, Urraca.
Go. Go.
Urraca! 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 You have given refuge to my brother. I demand you release him at once.
This is my city. You do not demand.
Release the prisoner at once, or my army will attack.
Alfonso stays here. With me.
I give you until dawn to decide.
My lady. What would it be worth to you if Sancho were kept from your gates?
Who is there who could do such a thing?
I could. Only I would ask a great deal.
Thank heaven you answered our call.
Why did you send it, sir?
Unless I surrender to Sancho, he threatens to lay siege to us by morning.
Help us, Rodrigo.
When brother fights against brother, what can any man do?
If you joined us, many knights would come.
I swore allegiance to Sancho.
And to Alfonso. And to me.
I can only help one brother by breaking faith with the other. I can help no one.
But Sancho would kill Alfonso.
Whatever happens, must happen without me.
What do you want here, Adolphus? I have words for you, he is only my king.
Well?
There is a way Calora could be taken without a blow. I will help you.
Why should you do this for me?
I will not stand by and see our land torn by civil war.
Tell me.
I know where there is an unguarded gate. I will take you there. With a few men, you...
Even though my father trusted you, Dolphus. One false move.
But I am unarmed, sire.
Show me this gate.
Better to go on foot.
I see no gate.
There, around the corner.
Confess me. Confess me.
Sancho. Rodrigo. My poor Sancho.
I was almost a king. Wasn't I?
You are a king, my lord.
I have not come here as a queen.
Forgive me, Your Highness.
You still love Rodrigo. And I know Rodrigo still loves you.
You have made a long and hard journey to come here.
Rodrigo must be stopped. We will not permit this, Alfonso and I. Rodrigo will listen to you.
What is it I must tell Rodrigo, Your Highness?
He has threatened to force Alfonso to swear publicly that he is innocent of our brother Sancho's death.
Is he not innocent of your brother's death?
You must tell him not to do this. He must not. We will not permit it. We will stop him. You had better speak to him. Do you understand me, Chimène?
I understand, Your Highness.
No one can ask a king to swear. No one.
Before God and this assembly, I do freely forgive those who have warred against me. I promise to defend them and to show them favor, even as I defend and show favor to those that were ever loyal to me. This my written oath I entrust to this holy church. Castilians, God has called upon me to become your king. I now call upon you to kneel in sign of fealty. Rodrigo of Bivar, called the Seed. Why do you alone refuse me fealty?
Sire, all those you see here, though none dare say so, harbor the suspicion that you may have counseled your own brother's death. Unless you can prove your innocence, you will have no loyal subjects. Your kingdom will be torn by doubt. Thus, I cannot give you fealty, nor own you as my liege.
What will satisfy you of my innocence?
Your oath upon the holy books.
You would ask me to swear?
Sire, I do ask it.
Very well.
Will you swear that you had no part in the ordering of King Sancho's death?
I so swear.
Do you swear that you had no part by way of counsel in King Sancho's death?
I so swear.
Do you swear that you had no part by way of design in King Sancho's death?
I swear it!
If you are forsworn, may you die such a death as your brother did, struck from behind by the hand of a traitor. Say amen.
You press me too far, Rodrigo.
Say amen.
Amen.
By edict of our most illustrious sovereign, Alfonso, King of Castile, Leon, and Asturias, be it known that Rodrigo of Bivar has outraged the royal personage and is hereby exiled for life. He has been accorded 9 days from this day in which to depart from the realm, alone and without men-at-arms. All his property, his goods, his lands, and his privileges are hereby forfeit to the crown. All vessels of the king are forbidden to provide him with food, lodging, or any means of sustenance, or to speak with him. Let no man give him aid.
I thirst. Lord Knight, I thirst. There is no spring nearby from which a leper is allowed to drink. I'm thirsty.
Here. It's for you. For you.
Thank you, my Cid.
How do you know my name?
There is only one man in Spain who could humble a king and would give a leper to drink from his own pouch.
Who are you?
I am called Lazarus. May helping hands be extended to you everywhere you go, my Cid.
Can you forgive me, Rodrigo?
She may.
Would you take me with you?
Now I have nowhere to take you.
If we are together, it will not be nowhere. I love you, Rodrigo. Love you.
You risk if you come with me, my love.
Since my love is not a man like other men, my life will not be like other lives.
That's only now. Only now that I know how hard the road would have been without you.
You the one they call the Seed?
Yes.
Then you must be the beautiful Shimane. Do you not hate him anymore?
No, I do not.
My father says they'll cut our hands off if we help you. My father says they have eyes everywhere. But my father said, if you walk very slowly, it will soon be dark, and no one will be able to see you if you go into our barn.
soon, before it gets too late.
No, one more moment to remember all this. Have you ever slept in a more beautiful bedchamber?
Never.
Have you ever eaten better food?
No? Not drunk better wine? I love you. Doña Ximena, my wife.
I'm so glad, Rodrigo. So glad. Must we go?
Of what are you glad?
That you are no longer the king's champion. That you no longer have your knights and your armies. And that you have only me. We will find some hidden place where you're not known. Yes, a place like this. And we will make our lives there.
If all men knew that banishment could be like this, we'd have a world of exiles. Come. We'll look for your hidden place before the others find it.
We'll have a new life now. Lord God, protect this woman I love, and who is now, finally, my wife.
I can't take you with me. You'd lose your homes, your families.
Every man here has already made the choice.
We want you to lead us.
You have no right to ask him. He has done enough.
The Cid!
Slept all night. Every time I close my eyes to sleep, I dream the same dream over and over. I'm fighting an enemy whose face I can never see. I cut him down with my broadsword. He falls. When I look down, it isn't my enemy lying at my feet. It's my own right arm.
It was only a dream. It was nothing.
Dream was short.
I know. There is no hidden place for a man like you. There must be thousands who would gladly part. Why you? Why me?
Please, let me carry away an image of you smiling.
It would be a lie. I will beseech God with my prayers. I will tell him he must bring you back to me. I must tell God how much I need you.
Then we will see each other again.